Seraphina and I were at a entrepreneurial book club where Stephanie never read the right book, and
Stephanie was terrible at this book club.
I really sucked at book club.
I did
Fabulous. What?
I just had a visual. I just had a
It was a
visual.
lot.
I had a visual.
He's proud of it.
Hold on, let me turn it on.
Hello. Good morning. How is your Friday going so far? How are you, Jack?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Thanks for putting up with my craziness over here. You probably rolled up and you're like, okay, giant camper, dumpster in the front yard, crazy dog, crazy cat. Where am I? Where am I?
Pretty high up. I love the camper. Might
My-
get one myself.
My hoopty ride. He's like, does it run? I said, yes. It is our farmer's market camper. It was sitting in my driveway for like years. And it was always like a floating hotel for whenever
Yeah.
we had summer people.
Oh, that's awesome.
I know. So we like fired it up and started using it for the farmer's market because it just, we had so much stuff.
Yeah.
It was like chairs and tables, and then we're vending things.
Yeah,
so
it's hard to do it in Kia.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. My tiny little car. So Jack is here. He's not only a student at Stonehill, but you are a new entrepreneur member of the Mashpee Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Awesome. Thank you.
So maybe tell people about yourself, because I think it's super awesome that you're here. You're just like buttoned up,
Yeah,
ready to
all
go.
dolled up today.
Yeah, right?
So I'm a student at Stonehill College doing finance. I'm a sophomore right now. And then I also have two businesses. I have my detailing company, J&B Express Detailing. I've probably detailed for a couple people listening, I hope. And then I recently started a vehicle consignment service called PCAP Motors.
I think
where-
it's so smart.
Yeah, I hope so.
Well, what, you put a lot of work into it, and probably
Yeah,
a couple of
does
bucks
take a
into
lot of
it.
work, yeah. A lot more money than I thought it would so far. So
Thanks for joining us, Ashley. So Jack is got this business. So talk about PCAP Motors. What does it do?
yeah, so what PCAP Motors does essentially is it helps you get a much better price for your vehicle. So what we do is we take it in on sort of a trade, except instead of us giving you a trade-in value, what we do is you maintain ownership of the vehicle throughout the process, and we detail it, recondition it, inspect it. We give it a really thorough pre-purchase inspection through Falmouth Motorcar, and then we market it on various dealership websites like cars.com, Auto Trader, and then Facebook Marketplace, You'll Reliable.
Where did you come up with this idea?
I sold a car for one of my favorite detailing customers, the Cathys. Mr. Cathy wanted to get rid of his Infinity. So what I did was I did basically what I was explaining before, and then it worked really well.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, maybe there's something here.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of coming up with an idea and then waiting for the right person to come around, it just sort of happened.
I think it's incredible that you're a sophomore in college. Like, I had no idea that I could just be like sparking these thoughts, like these businesses,
Yeah.
and growing this little empire of yours, which I think is amazing.
Yeah. I get bored in school, so
So
only so
you're
much.
commuting right now to Stonehill.
yeah.
So what are you stacking your classes in a couple of days so you can get it all done, and then some
Yeah.
online?
So Monday and Wednesday is 4 classes from like 8 to 5. I'm there, and then I do homework on those days if I can.
Yeah.
If I'm not, mentally drained, because some of those classes like business ethics,
Yeah.
it's too much. And then I have one online class, and that's pretty easy. I love that class.
Robert says, my favorite 2 humans. Good morning,
What's up,
Robert.
Rob?
Happy to have you. Cindy Cars, talk to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got people bumping in from all different aspects of things. And when the studio works right, they usually come in the comments or over here, but those are not working properly right now. We have to retool everything. Like this
Yeah.
is like spring for us is like the reconditioning of all of the things, the detailing, if you will, of our
Yeah,
business.
spring cleanups, my
Yeah.
favorite time of the year,
To-
except for pollen.
Ugh. And you've been doing your detailing business for how long?
That I started senior year of high school. So
And where did you go to high school?
Sturgis West, not East.
I love how when he was
Yeah.
talking to me, he was like, West. What's the difference?
I don't know, to be honest. I feel like West was more of like a artsy school. I'm
Yeah.
not very artsy, but the people there, it was like I don't know, it felt a little bit better than what I heard East was. East was more like trying to be like a cool high school. In West, we kind of knew where we were.
Either way, it's one of the best high schools
Yeah.
in Massachusetts, in the United States. I mean, it's tops when it comes to
definitely.
charter schools.
Yeah, it helped me get into school, I think, a lot.
I know my daughter Mackenzie was like devastated. She had all of her eggs in the Sturgis basket, didn't get in through the admissions process, and she ended up fine. It was good for her. And then Lil never chose that route, and Cody's football, so
Yeah.
he's staying put in Mashpee.
Yeah, you're not going to Sturgis West if you want to play football.
No, but I've done a few events for Sturgis students, and our friends have Sturgis. You know, Missy Bonnelly. No, she had just graduated. I think she graduated with you. Oh, a year younger than you.
Oh, that's
but
why,
right. I mean, you have so many kids that graduate, and then you've got to the two separate campuses. So
yeah, it's tricky. Like, there's some people I know from East, and then I know like everybody from my graduating class at West.
What's up, Jamie? Hi, Happy. Larry, thanks for joining us. We've got Jack Ploszay, who's not only a college student at Stonehill, but he's got a couple of like side hustle businesses. He's an entrepreneur in business school. So I love that you're testing these out as you're learning the mechanics of business.
Yeah, it's the best way to learn.
Totally.
Yeah.
What do your parents do? How do they deal with you? They're like, wow, Jack's just going to do what Jack wants to do, or they support you?
They like the ideas, but sometimes the way I go about them, they don't like, because I'm doing kind of crazy stuff. People are just giving me their cars to sell. And if you don't know about like how I'm doing it, it sounds kind of crazy from like an outside perspective. So I have to kind of,
I think it's clever. I think it's ingenuitive, and I think it's doing the thing. You're fixing a pain problem, right? That's what business is.
I mean, I hate the dealerships, so I'm just trying to find a way around them, basically.
I think most people have the same sentiment, so you're on to something here.
Yeah, I don't know the numbers, but I would assume it's a lot closer to 100 than 0 that people don't enjoy the dealership.
The process, it's stressful.
Yeah, it's just their tactics on some of the dealerships. Like down here, they're all great. I bought a car in Danvers, and that dealership was, I mean, it's like I don't know what they're trying to do, but they get their way 99% of the time because they know that you already came this far up.
Yeah, you're looking for something specifically. Good morning, Cindy. Hey, Ryan. Hi, Dave. Good morning, and thanks for joining us. Hello, Megan. I loved it. Our question of the day today is what tune that you hear on the radio that you just turn it up louder. And I get so bored of music because I've listened to all of it a million and 5 times. I think as a DJ, you just hear, you're like, I drive around in silence.
Yeah. I'm more of a podcast guy.
And see, sometimes I'll listen to entrepreneurial podcasts, but it's usually like when I'm getting ready or walking around or doing other things. And or some of mine just to make sure that things are running, and not mine specifically. I'm not that much of a narcissist. No, like the ones that I edit. Yeah, right. Listen to me. That happened to me one of the first times I was in radio.
Oh, really?
They're called air check sessions. And so when you start in radio, you sit with a mentor or your boss or whatever, and they go over your show.
Yeah.
You could have done this. You should have done this.
Oh.
What about this? And then I had one of my earlier mentors, and you all know who she is, pull out the tape and put hers in so we could listen to how great she sounded.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I can't.
One day I'll be you.
No, if one day I'm her, that is not a good thing. We all bring different things to the table, right?
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be.
Well, we're so excited to have you as a member of the Mashpee Chamber of Commerce. I think that you're going to bring a breath of fresh air to a lot of our businesses that have been there. You know, it's 2025. You read doom and gloom every single day. I'm sure that you're ingesting a lot of it when you're at school. Academia is a place that I think is great, but also it's a place of like scare, and especially when you're in big groups of people talking about specific business tactics.
Oh, yeah, it's not. Some of the topics are like a little hard to give your opinion on.
Yeah.
Where it's like talking about one of the cases was about like China's mixed economy or something.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't be like, why don't they just use what we use? It obviously works great, instead of having like all the private businesses and public businesses run by the government. But you can't say it in school,
Yeah.
kinda, which is weird, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're just learning, right? You're
Yeah.
learning how other people operate, and then maybe, hopefully, the theory is that you will operate better than everybody else
Yeah, exactly.
to bring us to the next level.
Hopefully, yeah.
I saw a branding fun thing today that Edible Arrangements is now finally going to be capitalizing on their brand and adding some hemp and cannabis products to their lineup. And I was like, it's about time, Edible Arrangements.
Yeah, that is kind of a fun move.
I think it'll be a little funky and tricky if they have to deliver it. I think that that's a problem, but there are delivery agencies in here in Mashpee even.
Yeah, right behind Sublime.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't
The
even know what
tribal
it's- yeah,
fire.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah. I pay attention. I'm watching you.
Yeah,
Carolyn said, congratulations, Jack.
thank you.
Cindy said the dealerships on Cape are decent. Other dealerships are trash.
Yeah.
She agrees with your sentiments
That
there.
is true.
So you started this business. It's located in Pecasset.
Yep.
I definitely need to check it out because everything in your life needs to be detailed, but you definitely work with higher end stuff. And that's a little bit scary. If I had a higher end vehicle, I would be a little bit nervous to be like, here you go, Jack, take it.
Exactly.
So maybe talk about your process and the things that you use into your safety, your guarantees.
Yeah. Well, the first thing that we do is we sign a paper that basically says if I mess something up, it's on me. Because I think that's fair to us, instead of me saying, you trust me with a car. Oh, yeah.
I'm
Have
kidding.
to. Unfortunately, it's
He's
expensive.
a business student. He knows he has to have insurance.
Yeah. Like, for example, my girlfriend's dad, Pete, he gave me his old 2019 truck to sell.
Yeah.
And we sold that in the 40s. And before that, the most expensive car I had sold was like $9,000.
Yeah.
So it was a big jump up. I had to learn a lot of stuff. But, if you have a really high-end vehicle, where my spot is, it's not great for a dealership because it doesn't get a lot of foot traffic or road traffic. It's a very safe area, though. There's cameras. There's, I have indoor storage for certain vehicles that I could do. It's kind of full right now with some JP Noonan trucks, which I think is awesome to have in there.
Love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Your car's in good hands, I guess is the best way to put it.
I really love your just entrepreneurial spirit in this space. I think that you're really fixing a pain point for some people, especially people that take really good care of their vehicle.
Yeah.
And they want the
best.
maximum amount of value for it, right?
Yeah. Like dealerships you could put a new set of tires on 10 minutes before you get there, and they'll try to get you for new tires. They'll try to get you for some sort of maintenance that you
because you're not paying
neglected.
attention, and I don't know anything about cars, and I'm like a car dealer's dream.
Yeah,
Like,
because
take
most
it
people just
here.
aren't educated.
Right.
And so like they capitalize on that, and it's annoying. So what we do is we're so transparent that it's almost annoying, where like I will tell you literally everything.
How can you not trust that face?
Yeah. I can't lie to you. I'm the worst liar in the world. My face goes
Says the
bright
best
red.
liars. Oh yeah, right. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Like I'm probably bright red now, but that's because I'm looking at
Embarrassed.
a camera. Yeah.
I just looked at myself. Dang it.
Here's a
That's
little messed up.
awesome. So people go to you and they say, all right, Jack, I want you to sell my car. Now what?
So what we do is, first thing we do is we detail it. Then we take really good pictures.
Yeah, you teamed up with an amazing photographer.
Yeah, his name's Cam. He's from like the Worcester area, but
Yep.
he loves coming down here. He's friends with my friend Sun God. Shout out. He so we'll take really good cars. We have a Hyundai Santa Fe coming in, so I'll post that on all my social media so you can see how good they come out. But taking those professional photos will give it like an extra edge, because if you look on like cars.com, most of them are regular pictures. There's nothing special.
No, they do like glamour shot videos.
Yeah, we do
it's
like little-
really classy.
We're trying to like make anything look awesome,
Right?
basically. And then what we'll do once it's marketed, we'll take it to get inspected and stuff. We do the photos first just to see if there's anybody interested.
Mm-hmm.
We can always lower the price if there's something wrong and maybe work out a deal. Like that's what we're doing on this truck. It had like 2 weird sensors that had gone off. So
Are
it's
you
like
a car
conditional.
guy?
Yeah, I'm a huge car guy.
Okay.
That's why I got into it, I think.
Love it.
Yeah. And then so once we do the marketing, we handle the negotiations. We're usually really aggressively priced. I go off of in between Edmunds, KBB, and MMR, Manheim Market Report, and it gets us like it's like podcast data.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
like what you
Right.
would know
Yeah.
for that.
I know.
have no
Right.
idea.
Thank
I
you.
have to know about it.
Will you do me a favor and be my co-host for the Father's Day car show in Hyannis?
Yeah.
Will you
Where's
be
that?
around? It's right on Main Street. There's like 60,000 people that go to this thing. There's so many vehicles,
Yeah.
classic and or otherwise.
Yeah, I'll tell you
I
what
need
each
somebody-
of them are. Yeah.
Right? Exactly. Like I need somebody intelligent with me that's other than like me going, oh, that's pretty.
Yeah. The best is when
That's not good.
Yeah. The best is when you're like walking on Main Street and you see like a BMW and you're like, oh, it's a BMW. And then I look at it and it says BMW M4 competitions for. I'm like, oh, that's a $130,000 sedan.
I would never know that. No, I would
exactly.
not know that.
And it's like those are the fun cars where you don't even know what you're looking at, where it's like a crazy vehicle on the
Yeah.
inside and goes like 200 miles an hour.
I have, yeah. My husband will fall asleep to some car shows. Right now, we're in a Law and Order situation that I
Yeah.
can't get out of. But then we'll go back to car shows that I fall asleep to. Good
Yeah.
morning, Miss Rebecca. She said her spring break treat right now is getting to tune into our show live.
That's awesome.
I love that. We're happy to have you. Cindy said, "Shut up. That's my car." Well, not really her car. It's the car she wants. The
Yeah,
one
it's
that you
an
were just
awesome
talking
car.
about. I'm like, I don't know. Cars,
Yeah.
cars, cars. But I'm glad that you actually know what you're talking about here. And do you think that this is the business you're going to stay in, this area of business?
Yeah, I want to.
Yeah.
I've always been passionate about cars. I also sell boats with Capstan Yachts. I probably should have mentioned that.
Yeah,
Shout
right?
out Kyle. I love boats. I'm not a great captain though at driving a boat. I'm really good at cars. I can drive stick too. If anybody wants to sell a manual, I'm
Thank
great at
God.
manual.
Thank God our youth could do some of these
Yeah,
things.
it's so much more fun. too.
Right? I
Yeah.
agree, but I'm an old, so there's a difference.
Yeah.
Most kids can't even, they're like, wait a minute, what? I'm like, good, I know you'll never steal
Yeah,
it.
no,
We're
they see the
fine.
third pedal. It's like a foolproof plan to never have your car stolen.
Well, I'm going through that right now as my son's taking driver's ed this weekend and going through all of this. My last one, my little baby, and driving around with him has been a little bit scary. And he's like trying to use both feet. And I was like, no, that is for a stick shift. You use one foot. That's all you need.
Yeah.
It's one foot.
Yeah.
So we're working on that. He also has a size 14 shoe in my tiny car. So it's
Oh,
really
Yeah.
a little awkward for him to learn to be gentle and dainty
Yeah.
and being this giant man.
It's like the BFG.
Yes, exactly. He's
Yeah.
100% the BFG. I love it. I drive Jared's WRX and it's always a blast. Too loud though, she says. I want an M4 competition series 4. Cindy, I did not know you were a gearhead.
Yeah, those WRXs are fun too. Those are usually stick.
Bye, Don. Thanks for checking in with us this
Hey.
morning. Don checking in from the West Coast. I've got Jack Ploszay here, who is not only a Mashpee Chamber member, entrepreneur, college student, and conspiracy theorist.
A little bit, yeah. I try to stay away from it, but
Is it your generation? I feel like your generation loves the crime solving, the podcasts
Yeah,
that are
I don't know.
true crime stuff. What are your conspiracies?
All the people I know are obsessed with the Karen Reed thing. I don't even pay attention to it. It's
Can't-
not. It has nothing to do with.
We
me,
have two or
so-
three of our friends here that check in on the morning show that are Karen Reed enthusiasts.
Yeah. I'm more into like the JFK stuff. I saw those were released and
63,000 pieces of articles of whatever. And it was exactly how we thought it was. Nothing is different.
yeah.
Nothing is different.
I mean, there's probably something hidden in one of those 63,000.
maybe.
I'm not reading through it. I know most people aren't reading through it, so it might stay hidden. Also, why would they write it down
I
if they
know.
were doing something? I was like,
I feel like that they keep a lot of those secrets, conspiracy theories, just so that they can see if they can shake out the person that actually did it.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
We might have something on you. It's like police tactic lies.
Yeah, exactly.
This
I like
is how I
the
feel about
ancient
it.
Egypt ones and stuff, though, like the aliens. I'm not
Rebecca just said aliens in the ocean, question mark.
Yeah,
This is where
I've
she is.
thought about that. I see those videos and it's like, I can't believe a video, but if there's like a lot of data about it where it's like tricky, then that's when I start getting a little curious.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look at those dolphins that had a mental attack when the astronauts plunged into the ocean
Yeah.
and like started doing weird stuff. Like that's
they're
not the
like-
first time things have happened like that where they're like, let's check it out.
Yeah.
Who knows if there are aliens in the ocean? There probably is. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. The one I don't get is the flat Earth. I mean,
No.
you can easily see it's curved. I can see it from here. So I disproved that one pretty quick.
We have friends that are flat earthers.
Yeah.
I know real people that are flat earthers.
Yeah, I want to meet some. I just want to hear the ideas. It's like,
Come to my farmer's market in
Yeah.
Mashpee. We'll meet a
it's a good
flat
spot for
earther.
one to hang out.
And if you know that we do. We have one
Yeah. Some
particular group of
squash.
human beings.
Some squash and flat
Mhm.
Earth theorists.
Come on down. No, we just got approved for the Canal Region Farmers Market, which we're really excited for. And everybody's like, where is it? When is it? What's happening? I'm working on it. It was just approved on Tuesday's meeting. And I didn't have everything ready to go as I should have had everything ready to
I'm
go.
sorry, it happens.
Right. But, we're working on it. You know what it's like putting together a website, putting together all of the things that you have. And it's not the first one.
No.
And right now I'm like 47 other things going on in my life. It's been one of those days. I sent probably 200 emails yesterday.
Yeah, not fun.
No. And my butt is numb. And now I've got to go to work. And I did trivia at the yacht club, which is just such a joy. I love going there, but it was nice. I saw sailboats in the ocean. First day
I
of
know.
spring, sailboats in the ocean. And
Yeah.
that just made my heart happy. I'm like, it's almost here.
No, it's the best time once you see them going out. And now it's like from now until like June, it's mostly just like Cape Codders on
Yeah.
the water.
Right.
A lot of like summer people aren't going
That's
to be
it.
there till Memorial Day weekend. And then even then, they don't really stick around like June.
No,
They're-
late June.
Yeah, late June. And then July and August, it's good luck.
Yeah. Right.
It's rough out there.
Well, they're saying that this year our tourism season is going to be marred by high costs and people don't want to travel. I think it's going to be a little different. I think we're going to have the same amount of people.
Yeah.
I just think that they're going to be doing different things.
Yeah, it just won't be as expensive as a vacation, probably.
Well, exactly. There were even reports today that the snack foods are down. Like people are just focused on regular groceries. Sales of dog treats are down.
Oh boy.
So I know we're cutting out the luxury items
Yeah.
right now to make up for the costs that we're taking in right now. So
Yeah.
I think it's just going to be a shift. I think you're going to see a lot of people staying at home parties, bothering their elderly neighbors, lots of boat, beach. I think it's just going to be a more outdoorsy back to
Yeah, what it
farmers markets,
probably should have been.
summers.
Yeah.
Right. We're going to go back outside. I
Yeah,
think it's
great time
good.
for a farmer's market.
Hmm.
Fairly priced.
Sailboats lifted and floating because of alien tentacles. I'll
Yeah.
stop.
Exactly.
She's also a young adult writer, so she's always thinking of some fun stuff. That's definitely not your genre, though, Rebecca. Very interesting. You must be undefeated. He told us he was going to go to the gym. Your mother said.
Oh yeah.
This is
Oops.
where you didn't tell her you were coming on my show
No,
today.
I like to surprise people.
That is
Yeah,
hysterical.
I do that all the time to them. So
Did you not see him dressed like this? And you were like,
yeah,
he's not going to
well,
the
He
gym.
saw me dressed like it. He was in the garage while I was going, and he was like, "Where are you going?" I was like, "The gym." And I was like, "I'm wearing jeans. I don't think I'm going to the gym, but I just like to mess with them sometimes."
That's awesome. So talk about your family a little bit. Are they supportive?
yeah,
your
they're very
baby
supportive.
sister is at Mashpee Schools.
Yeah, she's a smart one.
Is she?
National Honor Society and stuff. Never
Whoa.
got in.
No, you never got
No,
in?
Well, close fit, no cigar.
Was it
Every
be-
year.
Was it just because there were so many kids that were so much like just high
Better.
brains over at
Yeah.
Sturgis?
Oh no, Sturgis didn't have them. It was always
Dang.
it was only Mashpee had them. I don't know why Sturgis didn't have a National Honor Society.
Right?
Yeah,
Is it not something that you subscribe to in a charter school? I don't know.
something culty. I don't know.
Did you enjoy your experience? Your sister
Oh,
didn't want to
yeah.
come along though, because
No.
she could have gone because you were a legacy, right? Or is that how that works? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure, yeah, if I was there, then she gets in right away. It's obviously free, but she doesn't have to go through that lottery
The
process or
process,
anything.
yeah.
Yeah.
High school sailing teams practicing. Sure signs of summer. Absolutely. It made my heart a little bit warm yesterday. I was thinking, oh, and it was just kind of one of those raw spring yuck days on the Cape. And I think today is going to be another one of those, but whatever. We gotta go through all of this to really appreciate the summer in which we live in for like 2 months.
Yeah.
It's like a small
Really nice
sliver
2
of
months.
happiness, right? It's the stuff people pay millions of dollars for vacations, and we have
Yeah.
it. So
Not bad.
no, not at all. I saw that Kim Kardashian had to call an emergency hearing. This is how I knew I was old this morning. An emergency hearing on Kanye because Kanye brought the Tate brothers over near her children. And I was like, who are the Tate brothers?
Yeah. It's weirdos. I don't know how to describe it. They're like,
TikTok people, right?
yeah, they're just TikTok people who sell courses on how to get rich. And it's like, oh.
And they're
yeah.
kind of thugs.
Yeah. It's like there's a million ways to get rich. I don't think you need to watch their course to get rich, but I won't knock on them.
Where do you think you got your business savvy from? It's like Mr. Krabs money, or is it like
a little bit? I love money. I like making money.
Hysterical.
My dad's got a lot of good business ideas, so
Yeah.
I kind of used to try to one up him with the ideas. And then, he works full time. He does 2 jobs. They do real estate. And my dad has like another full-time job.
Mhm.
So he doesn't really have time to do his ideas. So I was like, I do. And so I did those. I got that idea. A lot of my friends are business owners too. So just like the idea of it.
Yeah,
fun.
I'm very interested in it. I'm fairly new to it. I feel like a little kid when it comes to business because I didn't really have a business brain or mindset for it until I was older. So it wasn't until I was forced out of my career. It's fine. So that I was like, okay, now I have to do this on my own. What the heck else am I going to do?
I know. It stinks when that happens.
Right?
But it's usually a good opportunity.
Oh, it totally is. And I'm so thankful for that little kick in the pants. It's given me this excitement.
Yeah, because it would have been hard to get out of there.
Yeah.
And it's like they kind of pushed you out.
Yeah.
Gave you the opportunity to try it on your own.
I'm super excited about it. And I had to actually go deliver a check to one of the old places that I used to work yesterday. And it was so awkward. They're like, come in. I'm like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Just take the check and I'll see you later. Bye. So that was a moment for me yesterday. That was super awkward, but whatever. It's part of life and learning. Here we are. And I'm old and I'm still learning who new things are, like the Tate brothers.
Yeah. I don't even really know about them, to be honest. That's like,
you knew who they were. I didn't even know who they were.
They were famous like right when I was leaving high school, and then they like fell off for a while. And now it's like where I was in high school, those people know about them. Because it's like that age gap doesn't really change.
Yeah.
Like they didn't grow up with us, I guess.
I just pulled myself out of the whole Kardashian realm of the situations. I don't have enough in my brain for that anymore.
It's always something.
Like, I'm good. Is your girlfriend into that stuff? Is she into business? Does she roll her eyes when you start talking about cars?
Yeah, she rolls her eyes. She's an X-ray tech, or she's learning to be an X-ray
That's
tech.
awesome.
So, yeah, it is awesome.
So you're the dreamer. She's the stable one.
Yeah, she'll be the nice income, and then I'll be the risky one. But she'll like practice the like I know how to do finger X-rays and stuff. You go like this, and then you go like a bunch of different angles.
So she's irradiating you for practice.
Yeah, without the X-ray, which is good.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, I'm not getting that on.
Jack, you're going to be practiced. She said it was. Lissa said it was dark in the garage. I didn't see him all dressed up.
Yeah, I'm sneaky.
Oh, thank you, Rebecca. She said, I'm one of the most talented radio personalities I've ever met.
That's very nice.
Off to enjoy the fog. Thank you very much. And I worked in radio with her many moons ago on 96.3 The Rose. So that's where we became fun. Life of a badass, Miss Viva. Thank you very much. Hi, Mari. So we've got Jack Ploszay in the studio with us today. You're going to be taking one of our business classes.
Yeah.
The
27.
I'm really excited about that. This is free. And this is open. The EDIC of Mashpee has generously paid for this. And that's the Economic Development Committee that is run through the town of Mashpee. So they're setting this situation up. We're working with Rockland Trust and the Southeastern Massachusetts Business Development Group to bring you these 2 classes. And it's just the basics of running a business, fundamental business basics. And it's probably good as you're in long-term business school to see just kind of a short course of, okay, what do I need?
Yeah.
This is all great in theory and it's nice to know and learn all of these things, but what do I actually need to make sure I'm running a business?
Yeah, that's exactly what college is for, where it's the like what you should know. But that class will teach you like kind of what's important to not get sued, or how to pay taxes the right way.
Right? That's still learning. We're
like
learning
the really important stuff, not the like laissez-faire management style. That's good and all to learn, but kind of want to learn how to run the business first before you're learning how to run like a 8,000 member team.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what they teach you.
I was having this conversation with another business group that I was in last night, and they're all new entrepreneurs through E4All. And so I did a panel out of Dallas, Texas. So I got the time wrong. Kai goes, Stephanie, it's mountain time. And I'm like, who lives in mountain time? What time is that? So I look and I'm like, 8:15 at night. I sign things up for 8 till 10:15. So I jump on the Zoom of humans I don't even know from Dallas, Texas, not mountain time.
Oh.
It's central time. So they were 1 hour ahead. So I come into this meeting, lock, stock, and barrel, loud Stephanie, an hour late.
Yeah. Oops.
I'm like, I'm here. And then proceed to take over the meeting, which I didn't mean to. But it was one of those things where they're like, I just need to kick this over. They've learned all the basics. They've learned all the things where they're going with it. They're just not making money yet.
Yeah. That's definitely I think that's a really common step.
There should be a support group for the people that are just not making money yet.
Yeah. No, definitely.
So that's what you're here.
Yeah,
we're supporting entrepreneurs in that step for sure. Exactly. Because you've got these great ideas, you're doing all of the right things, and it's hard when you're not making money because it's stressful.
Yeah, definitely.
Good morning, Denise. She is part of that EDIC that we were just talking about for the town, and we are really excited to bring that program to the Cape space in Mashpee. So this is free. You can sign up for the morning, which is the business fundamentals, the afternoon, which is financials. So if you need to work on some of your financial steps, I will be there providing you a little bit of lunch. So thank you very much once again to Rockland Trust. Get signed up. I think we've got a good crew, but I think we've got space for like 5 or 6 more. So I'd love a nice full class. So, and it's just such a good swath of humans. We have somebody that just joined the chamber that is 70 years old, starting their new business.
Oh, it's awesome.
And I totally love it.
What is it?
It's a real estate thing, but it's not real estate. It's kind of like a system of some sorts that I don't know yet. So I'm looking forward to finding out about it.
Yeah, I kind of want to know.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I love learning systems.
Yeah.
My husband's a systems builder.
Oh, really?
So he's an IT guy. And all of a sudden he's like, yeah, but it's not going to work because he'll like map it all out. And I'm like, oh, you're right.
Yeah, exactly.
So I love watching how his brain works and building the system. I'm a system user.
Yeah, I'm a system user.
I know. I need to follow a script sometimes. I need to. Yeah. I have a loose framework of how things need to happen.
Yeah.
And I will flourish in making it look pretty and work on the inside. And I know this is insider business jargon talk. That doesn't make much sense to some of our listeners, but I appreciate you being here for it. Sandy, I know you're, always in the space of reinvention in your business. She is spa, wellness, fitness. It's
awesome.
It's that whole, they all work together. Yeah. So I think like once you start figuring out what part of it you like, I'm sure you started with detailing. Now you're doing car resales.
Yeah, exactly. Like I started with the detailing. Now I'm doing the sales.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll get into like maintenance and service where I can offer, like a really good service where there's no BS.
Yeah. But you're a party of one right now and you've got some good collaborators.
Yeah, I have some helpers I have a website guy named Danny. He's been really helpful. He's making these really cool shirts for me that will be for sale probably in the next coming weeks. It's got one of my favorite detailing customers' cars on it. They don't know about it, but they'll be excited because they love their car as much as I do. So
I like that he's always got like a little secret.
Yeah. If I reveal everything, it's like, then
That's
there's no
it.
fun to it
Right?
anymore.
Exactly. How do people find you? What's your website?
It is PloszayCapitalMotors.com. So it's not easy to spell right now. I own the domain for PCAP Motors, which is the name of the company. I can't transfer it over to this website for some reason.
I
But
can help
if
you with that.
Yeah, if you look up PCAP Motors, I come right up. I'm the first option. And it's got like a P with the American flag on it, which I think is really
I'm
cool.
gonna drop the link in this chat too, and we'll definitely be hearing more from Jack, and hopefully you'll be able to be my wing person for the Father's Day car show. Because once again, I don't know anything about cars. I just know that they look pretty and they look like they're expensive.
Yeah.
That's about all I
They
got.
do. They're shiny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
there would probably be some cool detailers there too. Like I know attention to detail, and Dennis is always there. He's got a really nice McLaren.
I
I've
saw
been-
one in real life. Well, I was in Miami fairly recently, and they're
Yeah,
just ridiculous.
everywhere.
They're G-Wagons. That I just do not understand having a car that is $500,000 on the side of the road. Like,
No, I don't either, to be honest with you. I like looking at them though.
That's not a daily driver, guys.
Not a good
Especially in
one.
that area. No, for sure. What's your favorite car of all time?
Right now, I'm really into those C8 Corvettes, the ZR1s that are just coming out. They're like 1,064 horsepower. You can get really cool color combos. They're
Ryan-
ridiculously fast, and they look like a Ferrari, but they're more reasonable than a Ferrari with that horsepower. If you had 1,000 horsepower Ferrari, you're looking at like $600,000 probably.
Jack, you're going places. Ryan says, if I buy a car from you, Viva Connect us. I'm doing it.
Yeah, hope so.
I know. Well, I'm looking forward to watching your business grow. I'm excited to have you back for this summer and share all of your business knowledge. I'll be seeing you this upcoming week at our business seminar. And you're welcome back anytime. We've got something new going on.
Yeah.
If you want to share anything with us,
No,
anything you want to
definitely.
say before you leave?
No, just thank you guys for listening, I guess.
He's like, I'm good.
Yeah.
We did this.
Yeah. I mean, I could go for like 10 minutes and just shout out people I know, but I mean,
There's plenty of time.
yeah, there's plenty of time.
We'll
You
have
want
you
me
back
to?
again.
Yeah, all right.
All right. So coming up this weekend, I'm going to be out tonight at Dino's. It's karaoke, and we've got a prize for the best of the night. I don't know what that's going to look like, but 8 until 11 we'll be over at Dino's, and you can join us for our Friday night social, which is always just a good time to relax and unwind and kick off the weekend. I hope whatever it is that you're doing, that it's going to be super fun. Sunday, we've got another show live from Knockabout. So our Sunday fun days are a pretty good time. And their food has stepped up its game. Robbie, you've done a really good job in the kitchen. Pete, you've done incredible. And so we'll be there from 11 to 1. Come have a breakfast sandwich with us and chat about what's going on in the community. We're always there for a community show on Sundays. Full list of events for us. Events on Cape Cod is our group on Facebook. And you can just go to lemonadio.com and catch up with us wherever we are. What is it? We're mid-month. We've got a few weeks left before we give out those Blue Man Group tickets. And then next month's giveaway are tickets that you're gonna want to be interested in. I'm very excited for this. Levitate. So I know we give them away every single year, and it's such a big fan favorite. So that'll be our April giveaway.
Gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, it's
like
pretty
a ton of
awesome.
concerts.
Absolutely fun, right? Tons of shows all in one. Have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll talk soon. Bye. Great job, Jack.
Thank you. It was my first time ever doing something like this.
Yay! Shout out to Jack. First Timers Club.
Yeah.